Again, I love you as a person, and I don't wish anything bad on you. I don't know if this is possible, but can I give her a hug, please? Please?
Yes.
If you truly are sorry, I know I can speak for myself. I forgive you. And I know if you go to God and ask Him, He will forgive you. And I don't think anyone could say it. Again, I'm speaking for myself, not even bad for my family. But I love you just like anyone else. And I'm not gonna say I hope you rot and die just like my brother did, but I personally want the best for you. And I wasn't gonna ever say this in front of my family or anyone, but I don't even want you to go to jail. I want the best for you. Because I know that's exactly what Botham would want you to do. And the best would be give your life to Christ.
Thank you. You all may be seated. I'm sorry. Mr. Rogers and Ms. Guyger, would you please stand? The jury having reached a verdict, I will now announce it. We, the jury, find unanimously that the defendant did not cause the death of Botham Jean while under the immediate influence of sudden passion arising from an adequate cause, and assess the defendant's punishment at 10 years imprisonment in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. In addition, we assess a fine of $0, and it's signed by the presiding juror. Would you like to have the jury poll?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any legal reason why this sentence should not now be imposed?
Not at all.
It is therefore the order, judgment, and decree of the court that you be taken by the Sheriff of Dallas County and safely transported by her to an agent or representative of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, and there you shall be confined until your sentence is discharged. Your sentence will begin today, and you will receive credit for any back time that you have. That being concluded,
Stewart.
September 6, 2018 changed my life, changed my family's life, changed my country, changed my church, And I know that there are many people who stood with me and my family throughout this tumultuous journey. Yesterday, we saw the conviction of Amber Guyger, and today we heard the sentence of 10 years in prison. That 10 years in prison is 10 years for her reflection and for her to change her life. But there is much more to be done by the city of Dallas. The corruption that we saw during this process must stop. And it must stop for you. Because after now, I leave Dallas, but you live in Dallas. And it must stop for everyone. The contamination of a crime scene that we saw coming out of this case is one that must never happen again. The poor training or the poor use of what should have been training is what we see coming out of this case. That should never, ever happen again. And if this was applied in the way that it ought to have been taught, my son would have been alive today. If Amber Guyger was trained not to shoot in the heart, my son would be standing here today.
He was no threat.
He was no threat to her. He had no reason to pose a threat to her because he was in his own apartment, in his sanctuary, in the place in which he paid a lot of money to be in.
Justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. There's no justice at all.
Prejudice, she done had text messages. It is not right. That is so disrespectful to the family. It is so disrespectful.
It should have been 5 to 99. It should have been 25.
If it was a white woman that got killed by a black person, they would have got life.
They got death penalty. It would have been
Y'all know that. It is unfair. That is unfair. Ain't no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. This ain't right.
Justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
That is so wrong.
This
is so disrespectful to the mama and the daddy.
They had him, and they should have seen him to have kids and get married.
Right at all.
But no, a police, because they got a badge on. This is not a joke. This is our lives. We're talking about something that we have to worry about for the rest of our lives. That woman
This
really
ain't the last time this gonna happen.
10 years.
It ain't the last time.
It'll be again.
It ain't the last time. That's what I say. It ain't the last time. Drugs are getting 30, 40 years for drugs. People went through a high chase. All these other criminals that's going on, they getting high sentence for a person that killed an innocent man, went into his house.
Who are
We
going
need to have people that vote and us